Alright, this video is going to explain why protests, once they start gaining momentum, it seems that they change their names, and also who's behind the change of the names and why they're doing it, along with the constitutional rights that they are violating when they take these actions against civilians, and what you can do about it. First of all, let me explain. I'm speaking from experience such as family court advocacy that I was into back in 2015 and 16, and in 2016 it was slowly getting hijacked. And that's what's currently happening nowadays in the protest. They wanted to change the name from the ICE event to the No Kings protest, when really the No Kings protest is put in there to deter and sidetrack people from standing against what's really happening and the real culprits out here in this world. And let me explain the situation. They want to change from ICE to No Kings, and who's behind that is the Navy. And I say this because this is what happened in family courts. I was standing for Unite for Family Court Reform. And then next thing you know, here comes a bunch of people from the Navy and military. And sure, I wanted people to stand up, but I didn't want them to try and hijack what I'm standing for, because if they're trying to hijack what I'm standing for, they're trying to take restitution that's supposed to be given to me by the state who's violated my rights and infringed upon my religious freedoms and my freedom of speech throughout all these years. So now we discuss why they changed the names for hijacking the case and who's behind it. So you see how the system's going to kind of play, and with all that happening, it's a merger of government. When really the focus should be on the people who are out there in the streets, because the ICE event, where the people are dealing with this cold-hearted government who is merciless towards life out there, such as they kidnap my children and drug them and murder them, and think I have to accept that, or anyone else has to accept that, and they want to call this law. But let's focus on the actual events that are happening, occurring right now, such as the ICE protests, and how they're trying to infiltrate the situation and bring in this new protest such as No Kings. And why they want to bring in this protest as No Kings is basically because they have all wronged me in the past, and I'm holding them liable and accountable. And all these people are out here in the streets holding them liable and accountable for wronging them. So all of us people are standing against this cold-hearted government, which is in a sense ICE. But also the government itself thought they was cool and creative, so they named their people ICE, who goes after the people. And it's a real twist, screw the citizens, that you only see this happening in the last 100 or so years. So it's been set up through the government to screw every citizen who stands against this vindictive mentality and behavior of defaming other people's character and trying to make everything just disappear. And when someone's wrong a person like the government's wronged me, then we can say basically, in modern day terms, I have your number. But if we're talking about biblical terminology, we can claim the king status, such as they are my servants because they have wronged me. This has been said in the past laws, and if you look at the Bill of Rights to biblical text, you can see the relation of how they're supposed to be holding themselves honorable and accountable, and they've neglected that responsibility. Let's just keep up these ICE protests, because we need to focus on it's the cold-hearted government we're going after, not the No Kings, because no one's trying to be a king except for the tyrant government who has merged the government together. So you see how they've twisted everything earlier, they're also twisting this in the situation. So that's where we're at with it. Anyone who wants to stand up with this person who's out there speaking against their negligence and their abuse and their corruption, and who's been through this, just leave a comment below. Let's get this conversation going, or you can subscribe and see what happens in my next videos, because I got more coming out. Have a good day or night.